A car wash looks simple. A dirty car enters, brushes spin, water sprays, and a clean car drives away. Behind that tunnel is an engineered environment where traffic flow, industrial automation, and subscription software turn a routine chore into predictable, recurring revenue. Drivers do not wash their cars simply because they are dirty. They pay for a wash to save the time it would take to do it themselves in a driveway. In dense urban environments, space for a driveway doesn't exist. In colder climates, harsh winter weather and road salt make regular washing a mechanical necessity to prevent rust. For decades, the industry met this demand with a fragmented, labor-intensive model. Full-service car washes required waiting rooms, cashiers, and large teams of workers to manually dry and detail the vehicles. Even operating efficiently, these traditional setups reached a physical limit, processing a maximum of 30 to 60 cars an hour. That heavy reliance on manual labor meant high payroll costs and structural fragility. A stretch of rainy days or a cloudy weekend would bring customer traffic to a halt, leaving operators paying idle workers while revenue dropped by as much as 50%. The old business was tied directly to the weather forecast. Today, the landscape is dominated by a different structure: the express conveyor tunnel. These facilities occupy prime corner lots on busy suburban roads. Developing one requires acquiring expensive commercial real estate and installing industrial-grade equipment, pushing the total capital expenditure for a single site to between $5 and $10 million. Recouping a $10 million initial investment by charging $12 to $20 for a single exterior car wash is difficult. The sheer volume of individual transactions required to cover the debt service and fixed costs makes a traditional pay-per-visit model highly inefficient. This model replaces the pay-per-visit retail service with a predictable, subscription-based financial system. Customers pay a flat monthly fee for unlimited washes, locking in a continuous, automated billing process. The modern express car wash produces the financial consistency of a software company, an automated cash flow stream designed specifically to attract institutional capital. The engineering of this machine starts with the dirt it sits on. Location strategy is rigid. Operators target rectangular lots between 0.8 and 1.5 acres, situated on retail corridors that see over 40,000 vehicles per day. The site must feature right-hand turn access. If drivers have to wait to turn left across heavy traffic, the location will lose up to 50% of its potential volume. Because these sites occupy highly visible commercial corners, the underlying land appreciates independently of the business operating on top of it. This provides a lucrative, asset-backed safety net for the real estate investors financing the construction. To justify the cost of that premium real estate, the site must obey the laws of queuing theory. The facility is designed to process high volumes of cars quickly. If the operation bottlenecks during peak weekend hours, wait times increase and earning capacity is capped. To eliminate the payment bottleneck, operators installed digital gatekeepers. High-speed license plate recognition cameras and RFID readers scan vehicles as they approach the entry lanes. Members bypass the traditional payment kiosk entirely, clearing the gate in seconds without rolling down their windows or speaking to an attendant. Removing friction at the entry point maximizes the lot's stacking capacity, the number of cars that can wait in line on the property. Keeping the queue moving swiftly prevents cars from spilling out onto the public street, which would trigger safety hazards and force local authorities to intervene. The physical layout of the asphalt and the digital sensors at the gate work in perfect synergy. Together, they capture passing traffic, organize it into multiple lanes, and feed it into the tunnel with zero human delay. Inside the building, the vehicle enters a controlled mechanical ecosystem. Automated conveyor belts lock onto the tires. Chemical sensors measure the dimensions of the car, triggering a precise sequence of spinning closed-cell phone brushes, high-pressure sprayers, and aerodynamic dryers. Because the machinery performs the physical labor, human staffing requirements plummet. An operation processing over 150 cars per hour requires only 4 to 8 employees per shift. Their primary role is no longer washing cars, but managing the queue, checking equipment, and selling memberships. Beneath the floor sits an invisible environmental and economic layer. Water is the heaviest resource burden for a car wash. Modern express tunnels utilize underground catch basins and filtration systems to reclaim and recycle up to 85% of the water used in every cycle. By recycling water and utilizing computers to dispense highly concentrated cleaning chemistry down to the milliliter, operators strip their marginal expenses. The actual variable operating cost to wash one vehicle drops to between 75 cents and $1.50. Revenue is then expanded at the exit. Operators deploy vast rows of free vacuum stations. These systems are expensive to install, costing up to $10,000 per parking space, but they keep customers on the property. This dwell time creates opportunities to sell high-margin add-ons, from premium ceramic waxes to tire shine. Ultimately, the entire operation serves a single metric: throughput. The volume of cars processed per hour dictates the site's financial viability. A tunnel that can wash 200 cars an hour will drastically outperform a tunnel limited to 100. Once the fixed costs, the real estate loan, equipment leases, and basic utilities are covered for the month, the math flips. With a variable cost hovering around $1, almost every additional car that rolls onto the conveyor belt is pure profit margin. To ensure those fixed costs are covered before the month even begins, operators push the Unlimited Monthly Wash Club. Customers pay $20 to $50 a month to wash their car as often as they want. This subscription model completely decouples the facility's revenue from the weather forecast. If it rains for 3 straight weeks and a member never visits the wash, their credit card is still charged. The operator secures the cash flow regardless of conditions. This chart compares unpredictable retail wash revenue against the stability of a subscription model. By converting half its daily volume to active members, a single location with 2,000 subscribers paying $35 a month secures over $70,000 in recurring revenue before a single non-member pulls into the driveway. By maintaining low variable costs and locking in a predictable revenue floor, top-tier express car washes achieve EBITDA margins between 45 and 67%, mirroring the financial profile of a high-margin software business. These recurring revenues and exceptional operating margins inevitably caught the attention of institutional capital and private equity firms looking for stable yield. The financial playbook is straightforward. Private equity groups target successful, independent express washes with low membership penetration. They acquire these single locations for a valuation multiple of roughly 4 to 5 times their annual earnings. Once acquired, the firm networks dozens of these independent sites together under a single brand. They implement unified membership plans, allowing customers to wash at any location, execute bulk chemical purchasing to lower costs, and centralize corporate management to increase efficiency. The ultimate goal is financial arbitrage. By assembling a large regional platform of highly profitable subscription-based washes, the private equity firm can sell the entire consolidated portfolio to an even larger buyer, this time commanding a massive 10 to 14 times multiple on the earnings. Institutional investors treat the neighborhood car wash as a high-yield financial asset class, valuing its scalability and recurring cash flow above the physical labor of the wash itself. But the influx of capital has introduced new risks. The aggressive construction boom has pushed the national site count past 60,000. In prime suburban corridors across the Sunbelt, heavy development has led to severe market oversaturation, with multiple express tunnels competing for the same limited traffic flow. Operators now face the dual threats of consumer subscription fatigue and aggressive price wars. To maintain their volume, some competitors slash their unlimited monthly plans down to $19.99, compressing their profit margins against rising construction and utility costs. Despite the billions of dollars trading hands above it, the illusion of the business remains perfectly intact on the ground. Everyday drivers simply steer a dirty car into a tunnel, watch the soap hit the windshield, and drive away clean. They remain entirely blind to the complex systems silently operating around them. The modern express car wash functions as a highly optimized local business, a precise alignment of real estate, industrial automation, and consumer behavior engineered to generate cash flow from soapy water.